Everyone has heard the rule. Keep 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash. It is the most repeated number in personal finance, and it's also close to useless. Because for some people, it is dangerously too little, and for others, it is a small fortune sitting still, quietly losing value for years. Nobody's life is a range. Yours has a specific number attached to it, and there are 4 questions that find it. In the next few minutes, why this fund exists at all, the 4 questions that set your figure, where to keep it, and the mistake people make in both directions. First, the reframe that makes everything else make sense. An emergency fund is not savings, and it is not an investment. It is insurance you write for yourself. And what it is insuring is not your car or your boiler. It is your ability to keep making good decisions on a bad week. Think about what actually happens to someone with no cushion when something goes wrong. They do not calmly evaluate options. They put it on a credit card at a high rate, or they sell an investment at whatever price the market happens to be offering that week, or they take the first job available instead of the right one. None of those are stupid choices. They are the only choices available to somebody with no time. That is what this money really buys. Time, and time is what turns an emergency into an inconvenience. If that reframe just landed for you, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. It genuinely helps this channel reach the people who need it. Which is why the most common objection, that cash is a bad investment because it loses to inflation, is technically true and completely beside the point. You are not trying to grow this money. You are paying a small, deliberate costs so that the rest of your money never has to be sold at the worst possible moment. Judge it the way you judge insurance, not the way you judge a portfolio. Now, the number itself. Start from the right base. This is months of essential spending, not months of income. Housing, food, utilities, transport, insurance, minimum debt payments, childcare. Not holidays, not subscriptions, not the version of your life where everything is going well. That distinction alone often makes the target noticeably smaller and much less intimidating than people assume. Then 4 questions move you up or down from there. Question 1. How stable and how singular is your income? 2 salaried earners in different industries need less cushion than one person carrying a household alone, and far less than someone self-employed with variable, seasonal, or client-dependent income. If your income is lumpy or concentrated in one source, your number goes up. This is the single biggest input. Question 2. How long would it realistically take to replace your income? Not how fast you would like to. Specialized, senior, or narrow roles typically take longer to replace than common ones in a healthy market. Your cushion should cover a realistic search, not an optimistic one, because the whole purpose is to stop you accepting the wrong thing out of urgency. Question 3. Who depends on you, and what could break? Dependents raise your number, so do the things you own that can fail expensively. A home you are responsible for, an older car, ongoing medical costs. Someone renting, with no dependents and a stable job, has a genuinely different risk profile than a family of 4 in an older house on one income. Question 4. What else could absorb a shock? A partner still earning, insurance that would actually pay out, family who would genuinely step in. Real backstops let you carry less cash. Fabiana's here. A credit card is not a backstop. It is a way of turning a 1-month problem into a multi-year one at a high interest rate. Put those together and the answer is a range with a personal position inside it. Roughly 2 very stable incomes, no dependents, low fixed costs, and you sit at the lower end. 1 income, dependence, a mortgage, or self-employment, and you belong at the upper end or above it. And self-employed with seasonal income, honestly, should often be thinking in terms closer to a year than to months. Where this money lives matters more than people think, and there are only 3 requirements. It has to be safe. This is not money that can be worth less on the day you need it. It has to be reachable within a few days, and it should earn whatever it reasonably can while sitting still, because there is no reason to accept nothing. One more design detail that matters enormously. Some are slightly inconvenient. A separate account, ideally at a different institution, without a card attached. Not because you cannot be trusted, because a balance you see every day stops reading as an emergency fund and starts reading as available. Friction is the feature. And what counts as an emergency? 3 tests. It has to be unexpected, necessary, and verdant. All 3. A boiler failing in winter qualifies. A holiday you have known about for 8 months does not. That is a planned cost that simply was not scheduled, and there is a separate system for those. If everything gets paid out of the emergency fund, it will be permanently empty, and it will not be there on the day something actually goes wrong. Then the 2 mistakes, one in each direction. The first is having none, running a whole financial life on the assumption that nothing will go wrong, which is not optimism. It is an unhedged bet. The second is rarer and quieter, sitting on years of cash. Once your number is genuinely covered, extra cash beyond it is no longer safety. It is just money slowly losing purchasing power because a decision felt uncomfortable. Both are the same underlying error, not knowing what your number is. If your number sounds impossible right now, build it in 3 stages in this order. Stage 1. A small starter cushion, one modest, round amount, enough to absorb a minor setback without a card. This alone changes how the month feels, and it is achievable for almost anyone within a few months. Stage 2. 1 full month of essential expenses. This is the milestone that quietly ends living paycheck to paycheck. The first time a bad week does not threaten the whole structure. Stage 3. Build to your actual number steadily, automatically, on payday, before anything else has a chance to spend it. And the honest sequencing note, because people ask. If you are carrying genuinely high-interest debt, most approaches secure the starter cushion first, then attack the debt hard, then finish the full fund. The small cushion is what stops the next surprise from putting the debt straight back on. Tell your number. It is months of essential spending, not income. And 4 questions move it. How stable and singular your income is. How long it would realistically take to replace. Who depends on you, and what could break. And what genuine backstops exist behind you. Keep it safe, reachable in days, earning something, and deliberately 1 step out of reach. Spend it only on things that are unexpected, necessary, and urgent. And build it in 3 stages, starting with an amount small enough to feel possible this month. Here is what nobody tells you about this fund. You will probably build it, and then watch it sit there doing apparently nothing for years, and it will feel like the most boring money you own. That is exactly what it looks like when it is working. It is not earning you anything. It is making sure the rest of your money never has to be sold in a panic, and that your worst month never turns into your worst decade. This is education, not financial advice. The examples here are illustrative and simplified. All investing carries risk, including possible loss of principal, and everyone's situation is different, so please talk to a licensed professional about your own. If this gave you a clearer number than you had 10 minutes ago, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up. Every week we break down how money really works, with no hype. And before you go, 1 question. Where are you right now? No months, 1 month, 3, 6, or more. Just the number in the comments. It helps someone reading this feel a lot less alone.